Baby Driver. Baby Driver is the story of Baby and is a heist movie combined with a love story. Baby has this unique set of gifts, including driving like a banshee. Baby's caught in a bad situation in which he's got to serve as a getaway driver for a crime boss. And he's ultimately caught in this weird dichotomy where he loves to drive and he loves music, but the means in which he does that is really bothersome. It doesn't sit right with Baby, and he's got to navigate this really unique situation while keeping his loved ones safe and avoiding the authorities in the process. And we have our movie. This movie is incredible. Baby Driver has received plenty of accolades and awards, and after watching it, I can see why. It's supremely entertaining. It's got unpredictable characters that are really diverse, and it has driving scenes that are entertaining as all hell, but ultimately contribute to the narrative that the movie is trying to give us. Everything done in Baby Driver is done with a purpose, and it uses a diverse set of techniques to tell a wild story that will have you brimming with a sense of shock and vigor by the time the movie is done. Starting off with what I really enjoyed about this movie. Baby is fascinating to learn about as a character, as his morality and values are unpacked throughout the movie, with the great writing. Baby's a kid who's caught in a bad situation which challenges his morals frequently. When Baby's gonna serve as a getaway driver for each of these jobs that he's called upon, it brings up scenarios that clearly make him uncomfortable. These scenarios present him with choices he has to make, which are often high stakes involving life or death. And whatever's decided exposes who he is, and it's ultimately fun to watch unravel, because you learn what makes him different from his environment with his choices. You feel like you're getting to know Baby, and the movie allows you to form a connection with him. When that connection is made between character and audience, it draws you deeper into the film and makes you want to learn more about Baby. It helps him stand out in a crowd and makes you want to root for his success. Also, Jamie Foxx brings individuality to the table and gives a great performance that involves both grit and crass. Baby Driver is a film that involves many criminals that are different means but ultimately have the same end, which is to steal. With this scenario, it'd be easy to fall into the trap where you have characters that are criminals who feel ultimately typical, which the writing does walk the line of at some points. However, Jamie Foxx breaks that mold with his performance. When he's on screen, you feel that his character is the smartest in the room. But when you couple that with the aggression and the no-nonsense attitude that he employs while giving his dialogue, you get a dynamic character who becomes really unpredictable and a ton of fun to watch. He's consistently a scene stealer throughout the film and does excellently in taking a character's dialogue and elevating it to be supremely entertaining. Also, Edgar Wright gets the audience involved brilliantly while conveying important information throughout the movie. He takes these mundane moments and makes them really extraordinary without solely relying on dialogue to do so. It invites the audience to draw their own conclusions about the characters and the dynamics of the movie. The use of colors, shots that pan on characters for an extended period, and the use of objects that characters interact with are just some of the tools Baby Driver uses to accomplish that feat. None of these involve dialogue, and it's done so in such a way that tells us more about the current state of each character's within the context of the current scene. And the movie makes you feel really smart for doing so by elevating the experience through inviting you to draw your own conclusions about each of these characters. That feeling alone gets you invested because you get to decipher what each of them is thinking or feeling, and where those feelings might take them next. And in a heist movie such as this, it gives a sense of unpredictability and makes it all the more exciting considering you're dealing with a band of thieves with varying motivations. Also, the driving sequences are a shit ton of fun, and there's a good amount of them. Baby's unique set of skills include driving, and the movie makes that abundantly clear in its dialogue. It's the movie's promise to us, and the movie makes good on that promise with the vast amount of driving scenes that are each unique, diverse, and captivating in a lot of different ways. By providing us with enough examples of Baby getting out of tough situations while behind the wheel of a car, you can see that he's skilled enough to adapt and utilize a sense of creativity when he drives. It's to the point where his driving feels more like art than science. And when an artist creates multiple iterations of successful work, you develop this trust in them and what they do. And such is the case with Baby's driving. And I give mad props to the cinematography and the stunt driving in order to make that a reality and driving that point home to us. But what did I not like so much about this movie? The pacing was somewhat awkward. At some point in the movie, you get the sense that a final job is about to take place, and the movie does a great job up to that point of building the stakes and the tension to gear up for that final scene or two. However, the movie proceeds for another 45 minutes post the aforementioned scenes. Stakes and tensions are concluded, but then they're rebuilt toward other avenues. But a jarring restart has to happen in order for that shift in focus to occur. The audience is taken from one plot point that concludes and gets reintroduced to another. And that plot point has to be picked back up again. And the time the movie takes to get back up to those high stakes that we had already been exposed to makes the experience feel elongated and a little too drawn out. The 1 hour 58 minute runtime ended up feeling like 2 hours 15 minutes. But other than that, I thought this movie was quite incredible. Friends, at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to give Baby Driver a 9 out of 10. It was amazing, and I highly recommend watching it. Friends, have you seen Baby Driver? If so, what'd you think of it? You know where the comment section is. Let me know. Thanks so much for watching another Bankrupt Hippo movie review. If you like this, click right here if you'd like to see more. more. I've been Bryson. Until next time, have a great day.